I'm Connor and I'll be doing the voiceover for Unit Test 3, Module 6.1 to 6.2, Number 4, simplifying x squared minus x minus 2 times x squared plus 3x minus 15. Just look at the first variable in the first polynomial and multiply it by each variable in the second polynomial. Once you are done with that, you can move on to the second variable and multiply it by each of the variables in the second polynomial, just like you did the first. After that, you can move on to the third variable in the first polynomial. Continue multiplying it by each variable in the second one. Now that you have each variable multiplied, you can start adding and subtracting in order to simplify it. As you can see here, a common mistake is switching up your signs whenever you're multiplying variables. Please try not to do that. And there you have your answer. That was multiplying polynomials. Now we will show you Unit Test 3, Module 7.1 to 7.2, Number 16. Find all solutions of the polynomial function, then write the function in factored form. First things first, we need to pull out our calculator in order to find the zeros of the function. Now that you have that, press y equals and put in the function. Now that you have that, press second and then table, and that'll bring you to the table of each point on the graph. In the column y1, find where it equals 0 and look to the x value, and that'll be the 0 of your equation. Now that we have those, we can move on to using synthetic division to find the factored form. One common misconception here is using the opposite sign for the 0. But you need to use whatever it was given to you in. To do synthetic division, you take the coefficient to each variable and put it up top. You start by bringing the first one down and then multiplying that by the 0, which in this case is 2. Then you would add up 1 and 2 to get 3. Then you'd continue doing that, multiplying 2 to 3 to get 6, and then you add negative 11 to 6 to get negative 5, and then continue that trend. Now that you have this, you can put it in a simplified form. You bring the 1 and put it to x to the third, you bring the 3 and put it to x squared, then you bring the negative 5 and put it to x, and then negative 15 is your final number, with 0 remaining. Now that you have this, you can section off the polynomial with 4 terms into 2 binomials. For the first one, you would factor out x squared and multiply it by x plus 3. And for the second one, you would factor out negative 5 and also multiply it by x plus 3. From there, you can find that our factors of the original equation are x squared minus 5 and x plus 3. And that is how you multiply polynomials and use the zeros to put them into factored form.